How's it going? Jesse here in Krakow, Poland. And I recently got an email from Gabriel, and he asked me, how do you step out into the world without fear? But the sad thing is, there's absolutely nothing you can do to get rid of fear completely. What you can do is help change your perspective on fear, to help you deal with it. And one way that has really helped me out leading up to this moment and years in the future is having faith. Having faith that everything will work out just fine as long as you believe it. It's no joke that one of the most scariest parts of traveling is usually right before a trip. Whether you're going to a new city, a different state, a different country, or a completely different continent. And that's completely normal. It's fear of the unknown. We're going into a new area that we've never been before. So, but you kind of think about it, it's kind of silly to think people freak out over something that has not happened yet, something that isn't within their control. So how do you deal with this fear? You have to change your perspective, which is within your control, and just focus on right now in the excitement of like what's gonna happen. And like I was saying, have faith that everything will work out just fine. So you have to focus on whatever positive thing. If you're going off to let's say Thailand, you heard the beaches are beautiful. Focus on that, and leading up to that moment, you're gonna be exposed to an incredible experience. And my story was in September 2012. I just bought a one-way ticket to Sweden. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. It was really just crazy to think about that I did that. And I was really worried that I wasn't gonna be able to make new friends because my social skills were just shit. I couldn't talk to people, and I was just like worried that I was gonna run out of money, what would happen. I was freaking myself out. But then I heard this idea, having faith, and it just made me shift my focus onto right now and the excitement leading up to this trip. And I just really believe that everything will work out just fine. So, and if I didn't believe that, I would have missed out on incredible experiences. All because of faith, I had been able to go off to a romantic getaway in Italy, cross the Atlantic Ocean by cruise ship, and take a road trip throughout the US.
What river is this, Jesse?
Oh, Mississippi River.
Oh, what?
Countless of other experiences, all because of faith. And of course, not everything is going to work out perfectly. There's going to be situations that come up while you're traveling that aren't going to be in your favor, but you can't really just sit there and complain about what happened to you. It's completely out of your control. It already happened. So what can you do? You can change your perspective on it and just really focus on that lesson, the lesson you got out of it. All because of faith got you onto this trip, and now you're learning more. Like, for example, you lose your wallet. You lose your wallet. Are you going to sit there bitching and complaining about acting like a victim? I hope not. You want to be able to look at the situation and point the finger at yourself like, oh, I should have been more responsible. And now you take that lesson out of it. My buddy Alex from San Francisco was on a road trip throughout the US, and he was telling me he's coming out to Europe and he wants to go back to California, and I was telling him, why? Don't you want to travel? Don't you love traveling? And this guy does. So I told him, just buy a one-way ticket and just figure it all out when you get here. But he didn't have faith. He was worried about what happens if I don't make money, what happens I run out of cash and I have to go back home and I'm stuck in this country, and just the excuses were going on and on. And I just told him, just have faith that everything will work out just fine. And up until this point, he's actually been traveling for the past 4 months or so, and he's making $2K per month and living quite well, all because of this idea of faith. And if you really think about it, leading up, from my experience, everything that hasn't worked out in my favor in the past, leading up to this moment, it's really freaky to see how well everything just worked out leading up to this moment. But yeah, so like I was saying, have faith, don't worry, nothing's gonna happen to you. If it does, you're gonna learn from it and grow from it. And on that note, I'll see you next time.